a school counselor and therapist that uses art for self-care. And I have been wanting to put something on our fence for a long time. It's been like this for, dare I say, way too long. And so I decided that I would use some planks that we already had and paint some flowers on them, and some winter flowers at that for now. And this is going to be a series so that we can create 4 different types of flowers. And I'm just starting with winter flowers. They are textured flowers, so they're going to be really, really cool and interesting. And as I create the flowers, I'm going to tell you a little bit about each type of flower. And hopefully this can inspire you for your own creation and your own art projects. So let's get started. As winter settles in and most flowers fade, the camellia emerges strong and vibrant and full of life. In many cultures, this winter blooming flower carries deep meaning, symbolizing love, admiration, and perseverance. In Japan, the camellia is known as the sabuki. I think I said that right. A flower that is deeply tied in the samurai spirit. Its petals fall at once rather than one by one, reflecting the way a warrior remains strong until the very end. For centuries, the camellia represented honor, devotion, and the quiet strength needed to endure hardships. It wasn't just a decoration, but a reminder of resilience in the face of adversity. In China, the camellia is a powerful symbol of love. Its unique structure is unlike most flowers. While other petals fall away, the camellias remain attached to its cyclics, maybe if that's how you say it, even after death. This rare trait has made it a representation of eternal love, where 2 souls remain connected no matter what. It's often given as a token of affection, not just for romantic love, but for deep, unwavering bonds. In Victorian times, the camellia took on a new meaning. White camellias were gifted to express admiration, red for passion, and pink for longing. It was a way to say what words could not. Subtle yet profound. Even today, the camellia carries these messages, often used in weddings and celebrations as a symbol of devotion. But beyond its beauty and symbolism, the camellia is a survivor. It thrives in the cold, blooming when most flowers cannot. It reminds us that even in the darkest, harshest seasons, there is still life, still hope, and still beauty. If you were given a camellia to someone, who would it be for and why? I'd love to hear your thoughts. The snowdrop is one of the first flowers to bloom at the end of winter, often pushing through frost and snow to announce the coming of spring. Its delicate white petals droop like tiny lanterns, a quiet yet powerful symbol of hope, renewal, and resilience. For centuries, the snowdrop has carried deep meaning across different cultures. In Victorian England, it was seen as a flower of both sorrow and hope, often placed on graves to symbolize mourning, yet also gifted as a reminder that brighter days would come. In Eastern Europe folklore, the snowdrop was believed to be the first flower to bloom after the Garden of Eden was covered in snow, given by an angel to remind the world that winter would not last forever. One of the most touching meanings of the snowdrop is its association with perseverance. Unlike other flowers that wait for warmth, the snowdrop emerges when the world is still frozen. It bends, but it does not break, reminding us that even in the harshest seasons, life finds a way forward. Today, the snowdrop is often given as a symbol of new beginnings, whether marking the end of a difficult chapter or the start of something new. It carries a message of quiet strength and optimism. The snowdrop reminds us that even in the coldest, darkest times, light and growth are just ahead. What is something that has given you hope when you needed it most? You can give me hope that my channel can grow by sharing in the comments. I'd love to hear your story. The hellebore, often called the Christmas rose or Lenten rose, is one of the rare flowers that dares to bloom in the heart of winter. While snow blankets the ground and most plants remain dormant, the hellebore emerges, its delicate petals opening despite the cold. This resilience has made it a powerful symbol of hope, endurance, and protection throughout history. In ancient times, the hellebore was surrounded by both reverence and superstition. The Greeks and Romans believed it had medicinal and even magical properties. Some thought it could ward off evil spirits, while others used it as a healing herb, though with caution, as certain varieties are actually toxic. Even in medieval Europe, the hellebore was planted near doorways to keep away negative energy and bad luck. Beyond its mystical associations, the hellebore carries deep symbolic meaning. In the language of flowers, it represents serenity, peace, and a quiet strength. Unlike bright, showy blooms, the hellebore's beauty is understated. Soft hues of white, pink, purple, and green that seem almost painted by winter itself. It reminds us that the strength isn't always loud. Sometimes it is the quiet ability to endure, to push forward even when the world around us is cold and unwelcoming. Perhaps this is why the hellebore is often associated with rebirth and renewal. It thrives in the coldest months, signaling that even in the darkest times, beauty and life persist. The hellebore is known for blooming through the winter's toughest conditions. What's something that has helped you stay strong throughout difficult times? Share with me in the comments, and I'd love to hear your thoughts. Holly is one of the most recognizable winter plants. Its deep green leaves and bright red berries stand out against the stark landscape. But beyond its festive appearance, holly has carried deep symbolism for centuries, representing protection, strength, and eternal life. In ancient Celtic traditions, holly was considered sacred. The Druids believed it had protective powers and could bring good luck, especially during the harsh winter months. They would decorate their homes with holly to ward off evil spirits and misfortune, a tradition that eventually evolved into the holiday decorations we know today. Holly's resilience is part of what makes it so symbolic. While other plants wither in the cold, holly remains vibrant, its glossy leaves unwavering against the frost. This made it a symbol of endurance and immortality, a reminder that life continues even though the darkest seasons. In Christianity, holly took on a new meaning. The sharp leaves represented the crown of thorns, and the red berries symbolizing the drops of blood, turning it into a symbol of sacrifice and redemption. Despite its tough exterior, holly also represents warmth and generosity. In Victorian times, it was often included in Christmas greetings and gifts, carrying a message of goodwill and friendship. Even today, a holly remains a symbol of joy and protection, reminding us that strength and beauty can coexist. What's something that makes you feel strong or safe during the winter months? Let me know in the comments. The poinsettia, with its vibrant red and green leaves, has become synonymous with the holiday season, brightening homes and hearts alike. But beyond its festive appearance, the poinsettia carries deep symbolism rooted in joy, celebration, and even compassion. The poinsettia's story begins in Mexico, where it has been celebrated for centuries. The plant is tied to the Christmas Eve tradition known as La Nochebuena, or the Good Night, which marks the birth of Jesus. According to one legend, a poor girl named Pepita, unable to afford a gift for the Christ child, gathered a handful of weeds and placed them at the church altar. To her surprise, the weeds transformed into brilliant red flowers, what we now know as poinsettias. This miraculous transformation became a symbol of how even the humblest offerings given with love can turn into something beautiful. In addition to its association with Christmas, the poinsettia is a symbol of joy and celebration. Its bold, festive colors remind us of the warmth and happiness of the holiday season, a time when friends and family come together to share love and gratitude. The bright red leaves are said to represent the blood of Christ, while the green leaves symbolize the eternal life that comes with his birth. The poinsettia also represents resilience, thriving in cooler months when many plants lie dormant. Just like the poinsettia's ability to bloom in winter, we too have the ability to find delight and joy even in challenging times. It reminds us that we can bring beauty and celebration into the darkest seasons, and that even small acts of kindness can create moments of miraculous transformation. The poinsettia is all about joy and celebration. What brings you the most joy during the holiday season? Share your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear what fills your heart with happiness. The amaryllis is a striking flower that blooms in winter. Its bold, triumphant-shaped petals in shades of red, white, and pink, bringing a touch of elegance and vibrancy to the colder months. Known for its dramatic beauty, the amaryllis has deep symbolic meaning tied to strength, transformation, and self-love. In Greek mythology, the story of the amaryllis is one of unrequited love and persistence. According to the tale, a nymph named Amaryllis fell deeply in love with a shepherd named Alato, but he did not return her affections. Desperate to win his love, Amaryllis visited the oracle of Delphine, who instructed her to pierce her heart with gold arrow and walk to Alato's home, shedding drops of blood with each step. And as she did so, a beautiful red flower, what we now know as the amaryllis, sprang up in her wake. And Alato, moved by her determination and sacrifice, finally fell in love with her. The amaryllis's dramatic bloom symbolizes transformation and the power of perseverance. Just as the flower transforms from a small bulb into a tall, bold bloom, it reminds us that we too can evolve. Even through challenges, it encourages us to embrace change, to bloom where we are planted, and to have confidence in our ability to grow stronger even in difficult times. The amaryllis is also a flower of self-love and confidence. It often gives as a gift of admiration, symbolizing not just beauty but also strength and resilience. It serves as a reminder that true beauty comes from within, and that by embracing who we are, we can flourish in any season. The amaryllis represents strength and transformation. Have you ever gone through a time in your life where you had to transform or grow? Share your story in the comments. I'd love to hear your experience. The cyclamen, with its delicate inward curving petals and vibrant colors, is a flower that blooms in the coldest months of the year, bringing beauty and warmth when the world is still chilled. Its heart-shaped leaves and graceful blooms have made it a symbol of endurance, gratitude, and deep love. In ancient Greece, the cyclamen was associated with the gods and often used in rituals. It was believed that the flower of the goddess Aphrodite, symbolizing enduring love and loyalty. The unique shape of its petals, curling inward, was thought to represent the warmth and protection of a love that remains constant, no matter the seasons or challenges. In the language of flowers, the cyclamen is also a symbol of gratitude and sincere appreciation. It is often given as a thank you gift, conveying deep respect and admiration for the recipient. The cyclamen's beauty is understated yet powerful, reminding us that sometimes the most meaningful expressions of love and gratitude come in the quietest, gentlest forms. But beyond its symbolism of love and appreciation, the cyclamen is a flower of endurance. Blooming in the harshest of conditions, it reminds us that even when things seem bleak, there is always the potential for new growth. Its ability to survive and flourish in winter teaches us the importance of perseverance and finding beauty in unexpected places. The cyclamen is a symbol of endurance and gratitude. What's something you're grateful for right now? Or a moment where you've had to endure through a tough time? Share your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear your story. Thanks for joining me, and I hope you enjoyed this series. Stay tuned next week, and we're going to do the next series in watercolor on wood. So, is that even possible? You'll have to check that out next week.